back, and as we mentioned, the president has threatened to cancel this upcoming meeting with Putin over the weekend at a summit in Argentina. The cancellation would be a way of protesting the capture of Ukrainian ships in the Black Sea by Russia on Sunday. The president told the Washington Post today he's waiting for a full report on the situation before deciding, quote, maybe I won't have the meeting, maybe I won't even have the meeting. I don't like that aggression. I don't want that aggression at all. Meanwhile, earlier today, in his own White House, his own national security advisor, John Bolton, told reporters there's a full agenda for the meeting.
What do you expect to be on the agenda for the president's meeting with Putin?
Well, I think all of the issues that we have on security issues, on arms control issues, on regional issues, including the Middle East, I think it'll be a full agenda. I think it'll be a continuation of their discussion in Helsinki.
As we say, what could go wrong? With us to talk about it, Malcolm Nance. His latest book just might have touched on this subject. It's called The Plot to Destroy Democracy, How Putin and His Spies Are Undermining America and Dismantling the West. The author, our own analyst in this field, is a veteran of naval intelligence, special ops, and homeland security with nothing short of 35 years working in counterterrorism. So, Malcolm, I have a three-part question to start you off. Will they meet? Do you think they should meet? And what's the chance Trump gets played?
Oh, there's no doubt here, no matter what is said, Donald Trump will meet with Vladimir Putin and with Crown Prince Salman of Saudi Arabia, despite all of their protestations. He just can't help himself. He loves to surround himself with autocrats, and he will listen carefully to Vladimir Putin and his protestations against the Ukrainian clash that occurred in the Sea of Azov. And by the time he comes out of the meeting, he'll be calling that incident, the sea Russian waters, and will completely agree with the Kremlin. Should he meet? Of course he shouldn't meet. There's no way that the President of the United States should be supplicant to autocrats such as Vladimir Putin, but Donald Trump appears to have been mentored by Vladimir Putin, and he will do whatever he has to ensure that he makes him happy, and that will guarantee that he'll meet him at the G-20.
Do you have any doubt that this has been part of the Putin strategy that you've talked so much with me about on the air? Weaken NATO, weaken the UK, weaken the U.S., and now he creates this test for all other nations as he moves overseas.
Well, it is certainly part of Putin's strategic plan to weaken the United States, and he's done a great job of that. I mean, even the breaking news that you had on at the top of the hour, now we're finding out that, too, may have been part of the strategy, where Paul Manafort may have actually been an agent of the Kremlin directly, injected in there to work with WikiLeaks to essentially steal an American election, put in an obsequious sycophant in the presidency who essentially works for Moscow. And as much as I want that to be a conspiracy theory, it's proving itself more accurate every day.
I want to ask you about the National Security Advisor, John Bolton. On top of the president who says he has not listened to the audio tape that the CIA says gives us the audio story of the Khashoggi murder. Now Mr. Bolton, who's the president's man on this topic, also has not and has no plans to listen to it. Here's how he answered the question on the topic. We'll talk about it on the other side.
No, I haven't listened to it. And I guess I should ask you, why do you think I should? What do you think I'll learn from him?
Well, you're the National Security Advisor. You might have access to that sort of intelligence.
Yeah. How many in this room speak Arabic?
You have access to an interpreter?
Well, you want me to listen to it? What am I going to learn from? I mean, if they were speaking Korean, I wouldn't learn any more from it either.
The interpreter would be able to tell you what's going on.
Then I can read a transcript, too.
So you don't think it's important to hear that as a national security advisor?
I'm just trying to make the point that everybody who says, why don't you listen to the tape, unless you speak Arabic, what are you going to get from it? People who speak Arabic have listened to the tape, and they have given us the substance of what's in it.
You know, Malcolm, I heard Director Clapper, I heard others on television tonight say, what about sheer intellectual curiosity? What about duty and wanting to hear at least the atmospherics? This is part of your job description, the atmospherics in the background, whether or not there's a language barrier.
No, you're absolutely right. I've spent a lot of time in special intelligence and have had to deal with some very, very harsh things that I've had to listen to, not only in Arabic, my primary working language, but in other languages on missions which I was supporting. Believe me, you can tell when a man is being murdered. And it is important for our leadership to understand that this is not a sanitary little world where they could sit in a room and see dirty works go on and read it on a piece of paper with the letter S or TS in front of it and say that's good enough. You need to hear this man being strangled. He needs to hear this man being dismembered. He also needs to hear, as you say, the atmospherics. You can hear a lot in a room that's confined. You can hear the level of intensity of the aggression. You can hear whether they're laughing as they're doing it. I think John Bolton is a coward, and I think he doesn't want to face up to the fact that the United States is condoning the murder of a U.S. resident and has now made every American citizen susceptible to being kidnapped, abducted, and dissected by our enemies overseas.
And that, ladies and gentlemen in the audience, is why we tend to listen up when Malcolm Nance comes on our broadcast. We thank you very much, Malcolm, for coming on the broadcast again tonight.